The first carry for the rookie, it's Darius Geis. Oh, what a juke into space. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
You can script and diagram plays all you want, but no one really envisions something like that happening this early in the game. How about that run to get things started? Didn't he win NFC Player of the Week last week?
Yeah, he was on fire a week ago, and what a start to this one.
Yeah, no sign of him cooling down at all.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Back to the ground on first. It's Geis looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Kayvon Webster there to make the tackle. Well, they know how to protect the pass, but sometimes cornerbacks, they can also stop the run, can't they?
Is that what we call a complete corner? Yeah, because we're so used to these guys just being defenders in the pass game. How about the guys who can come up and make the tackles? That's what we just saw there for no gain, too.
Now the first carry for Adrian Peterson. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. A 6-yard pickup on the ground that time, and that'll make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Hey, let's roll.
Third down, here's Geis. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. It's a pickup of 3, but it brings up what will be an interesting 4th and 1.
So many things go into making a good play on defense. In this situation, just not being blown out of the way was a big start, and then a nice tackle to finish things off.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. So on 4th down, the Redskins will call on Tress Way to punt it away. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. Just a 25-yard punt. Not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. First carry now for Jordan Howard. And he stopped immediately there. Bringing him down there, Jonathan Allen. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. And complete to Zach Ertz. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. An Eagle first down, Wentz to Ertz. On first down, they run with Howard. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Hang in there now. Hang in there now. There we go. Back man. Waiting.
On second down, here's Wentz. Being chased out left. Give him 9 on the play, and that's going to bring up a third down.
Hang in there now. Hang in there now. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Lion.
Wentz looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And Jeffrey's got it. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. An Eagle first down. Wentz hooking up with Jeffrey. A pair of first downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44. They go counter with Howard. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
And that was a good run. This was only one of 9 guys to go over 1,000 yards in 2017. And I think you can't let him run wild here.
Well, you think 100 yards, the measuring stick?
Always. That is the threshold. You want to keep him under that if you want to play good defense.
Let's by 2. Let's by 2.
This is Howard on second down. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
They go play action here on first down. They'll roll him out right. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. 7 yards on the play, and it'll be a 2nd down.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Wentz to throw on second down. Ertz over the middle. 23 yards on the play. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it. They love it because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
From the red zone now, Wentz Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Back live with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Eagles with the ball here to begin quarter number 2. They'll run it now out of the gun. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say 200 plus?
Great. Ram.
On 1st and goal, Howard. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
It is definitely hard to find space near the goal line. You always want to have a guy in the game running it who can create his own.
Second and goal from the 1. Trying to punch it in with Howard. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Jordan Howard. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Eagles are able to cash it in for 6. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Elliott now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. Oh, what a move. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trite expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Hey, let's roll.
They start the drive with Peterson. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
15, yeah.
They'll fake it. Now Smith. They'll check it down to Geis. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. And he is the NFC rating offensive player of the week. You got to think, all the guys that take the field each and every week, that's not an easy award. Always has to feel good to grab it.
It has to feel great because it separates you, at least for a week, amongst your peers. And for him to separate again, he has to have the same type of a game. That means being explosive off the line of scrimmage and catching everything that comes his way.
Let's go. Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Let's go. Go.
On first down, this is Geis. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Everyone's got four down. Set.
Geis with the carry on second down. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6.
Orange. I said, I-80. 15, yeah. I said.
A shotgun snap for Smith. Open man is Quinn, able to connect. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down.
Orange. Right. Yellow. Liz.
On first down, Smith. Over the middle, complete. It's Richardson. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Slot.
On second down, here's Smith. Got a man, that's Quinn. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. And they keep those sticks moving forward, that time with a gain of 3. Smith will bring his guys up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive.
Set. I said.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Smith.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up. Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
He wasn't ready.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back to FedEx Field following this short break. An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7.
15. Yes, I-80. Go.
Out of the gun, Smith. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And finally wrestled down at the 11. And a nice gain at 21 yards.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Redskins with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11.
On. Hey, back up.
Back to the ground game now with Geis. second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. On the handoff, it's Geis. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. A gain of a yard gets them back where they started. Now it's 3rd and 10. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So now on 4th down, the Redskins will hand things over to their kicker, Dustin Hopkins. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And Hopkins' kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they get the field goal, but that was a 14-play drive to get 3.
It's not like you're going negative on me.
I was.
It sounds like you're thinking the 3's just not that good.
And people say that we're negative sometimes. So,
well, here's the deal. Getting the 3 is good. Obviously, you would think on a 14-play drive you're going to get 6 out of it. But that type of a drive can pay dividends later on because you might wear the defense down.
Good chip.
They'll run with a former Badger. It's Corey Clement. And he powers his way up past the 30. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Now Wentz. He's got the look up here to Deshaun Jackson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, a 22.
Okay, what can't Deshaun Jackson do? All right, we know about the catches. We just saw another one there. Also gets involved in the return game. And he can break big plays like that. We've seen him do it throughout his NFL career.
We have. What are you thinking of anything in particular?
Yeah, I'm still remembering a certain Giants punter not following orders, and Deshaun Jackson made that big-time return all the way back for a game winner in that one. I still remember seeing the looks of disbelief on the Giants sideline.
Wentz going to throw. It goes as a loss of 6. And now 3rd down.
82, 40.
On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off around the 37. They'll run it now out of the gun. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. We now proceed to the start of the second half. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. That's fielded in the end zone. nothing but green ahead of him. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Corey Grant, 104 yards. And the Eagles add on to their lead. And you've used the phrase with me before, pressing the kicking game. What exactly does that mean? Because they did it there.
It means focusing on it, all aspects of it, because it's the third part of the game. Offense, defense, special teams. If you press the kicking game, create an advantage, make a big play, it often leads to victory.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Smith and the Redskins will come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Sliding out of the pocket. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
Regular. Hey, back up, back up, back up, back up.
Back to the air, Smith on 2nd down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's McBride. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. Smith on 1st down. Dancing to his left. Josh Doxson's got it complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
15.
Now a 1st down throw. It's Smith. Flushed out right. And an alley to run. There he goes inside the 30. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Yellow.
On 1st and 10, Smith. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
He was able to get away earlier in the drive, but apparently all the time they put in practice finally came to the front, didn't it? They remembered their lessons and found a way to contain him when he took off on that one.
Let's go. 15. Hey, let's settle in. Come on, we're good. Hey.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith dumps it off for Geis. And now running right through him. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and they're going to have a 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Steiger. 55,
From the gun on third down, Smith. And he fires one, but incomplete. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, it didn't look his way at all in the first half, and I'll bet you the offensive coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
And Hopkins' kick is good. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. So a decent drive there to start the third quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
So the lead trimmed down to 8 as here comes the kickoff, and it's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive, followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
81, 81.
They'll begin the drive with Howard. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. And in Week 17, let's hope this won't affect him for the playoffs. We'll step aside.
Hang in there now.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Howard. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. And it's Reuben Foster in on the tackle.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
On 2nd down, here's Wentz. Jeffrey reels it in over the middle. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Great 15.
They'll try to run for it with Howard. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
That was a terrific job by the defense stopping them on 3rd and short. But sometimes you get some visual cues from the offense because when they're going in short yard situations, you might see the offensive line come in tighter together, a little more shoulder to shoulder, trying to wedge a hole in the middle. They didn't get it done on that play.
Now the Redskins offense, they get set to go back to work here. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
12, 12, 12.
From the end zone, Smith escaping the pressure right. On the crossing route, complete. That's Quinn. He got 29 yards that time.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On first down, it's Smith. Throw left side, complete. That's Richardson. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Smith now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. They'll hand it down to Geis. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Again, they run. Again, it's Geis. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Now after the run by Geis, here's 1st and 10. They go play action here on first down. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he gets it down to the 32. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. This is Geis on a handoff left. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, "Are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down." They love being physical.
Back now at FedEx Field. It's the Redskins with the football, but trailing here as we get down to the good stuff. Quarter number 4. Smith now throwing on first down. His throw incomplete. Jordan Reed was the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
And not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the fourth. They'll run it now out of the gun. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
You got him. You got him. You got him.
The Redskins on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8.
Set. Line, 80. Lock. Let's go right here. 15, yeah.
From the gun, here's Smith. Steps up, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Brandon Graham in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. He'll have the win at his back here in the 4th quarter. And Hopkins' kick is good. But hang on, a flag is down. Now, if it's on the defense, they might decline it and take the points. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
Now, to be frank, a silly penalty there trying to block the field goal, and that leads to a fresh set of downs. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? Now, hold on a second. Why would they decline that? Charles?
I don't have a good answer for you, but let's work the math here a little bit. If you take the penalty, you get 5 yards. Minimum.
You're in the positive in the yardage, and you get to rerun the down you just had.
I like that. I like that little extra on top of the whole thing. This makes 0 sense.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. Following the penalty, it's Geis. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Defensively, it was Avonte Maddox with a tackle.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Geis, they'll try to run it. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. He's going to get it running right. Gets past one man. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal.
And, Brandon, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. On the ground, Geis. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave him with a 4th and goal.
Brandon, it's easy to make decisions from right up here where we are, right in the cheap seats, but let's be frank about this one. This isn't even a decision as far as I'm concerned. They have to go for it here. Field goal does you almost no good as time's running out in the game. If you want to win, you have to be aggressive here.
And the Eagles are going to go ahead and take another timeout. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this 4th quarter. Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side.
15, yeah. Orange. Right here.
Desperation time for Smith on 4th down. And that is incomplete. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And this Eagle defense stands tall down near the goal line. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. Their defense forced the turnover on downs. They've got the lead. They're in good shape, but can't go into a shell here, right? Still got to be careful.
Yeah, because they're still a long way away from kneel down time. So they've got to work on getting first downs, keep the sticks moving, right? Keep the clock going. And above all, ball security. Don't turn it over.
He'll try to get forward, but he's going to be stopped in his tracks at about the 3. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Come on now. Let's go.
Back near the goal line. Here's Wentz. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Here comes a big one as this crowd gets up making some noise. It's 3rd and short.
There's 5-2.
Wentz to throw on 3rd and 1. And this is going to be incomplete. Quentin Dunbar right there on the coverage.
He's 2nd in the NFL in interceptions, and you understand why. He plays a game of great intelligence, understands positioning, and has a great ability to break on the football when it's in the air.
So fun to watch his closing speed, and another example of it on that play. And taken right at the 35. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. Out comes the Redskin offense now as they get set to begin another possession. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
Hey, a simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position. We were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence. Not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. Now a play fake, and it's Smith. Wide open receiver complete. Touchdown, Washington. A big play there. sixth touchdown of the season. And the Redskins are within a two-point conversion of tying this game. So here are the Redskins now, an important two-point conversion. A shotgun snap for Smith. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. And a failure to convert and tie the game. Now the pressure shifts back to the defense.
But I think it was the right play. I think it was the right call to try and tie the game there. Kick an extra point, you're still down one. What's the sense? I like what they did.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Wentz now on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Redskin defense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. A give to Howard. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning.
Go! Black. 82.
Wentz to throw on second down. And incomplete.
Well, he'll definitely say that that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down.
Go. 82.
To throw, it's Wentz. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. A look at Washington as they come onto the field.
Hey, back up. Good left. I'm gonna run you over.
Smith to throw from his end zone. Over the middle, complete. It's McBride. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Out of the gun, Smith. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Quinn, and he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. First down, here's a run with Peterson. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Again, Peterson. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. And the tackle there by Chris Long.
Short gain last 2 plays. Who do you think's excited about that?
Absolutely. This defense, they're saying go right ahead with those. The Redskins on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. He'll look to throw. It's brought in by Dodson. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. Huge first down, gotta hurry.
Yeah, now they have to get up there, get set, and then spike it.
Back to throw. This one complete to Jordan Reed. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
At this stage, you've got to hustle, got to get back to the line of scrimmage because you're saving that timeout to make sure you have a chance to get your kicker out there for the big shot.
Looking middle, and it's incomplete. This defense has watched their lead dwindle away. This is where they really need to bow up. They executed well there.
And it's often hard after you've played really well early and then you kind of relax a little bit to step on the gas again. They just did it on the last play. Looks like they want to finish this one off.
They'll try and get it with Geis. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point, you have to have a splash play in there as well.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. So now it all comes down to Dustin Hopkins. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. So now it all comes down to Dustin Hopkins. Footing obviously an issue in the driving rain. This one for the win. And off the upright, and it caroms in. It's good. The kick is good, and that writes a crazy finish to this one. Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Are you one of those guys that's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Got your notes laminated, because, you know, open-air booth, That rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?
It is. By the way, how impressive is it that you travel with a laminator? I didn't even know there was a portable laminator.
The things that you learn.
Golly, wise beyond his years. So for the Redskins, they'll wrap up the campaign an impressive 15-1. And now they'll have the week off as they get set to go after a Super Bowl title. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, despite the loss here, it was a splendid regular season.